Sup, nerds? I have a surprise for you. Hi, we're back for D&D. It's been a while since I streamed, and it's probably going to be a while until I actually get ready to stream again. Hi, James! How are you? I hope you're doing well. For those of you who may not know, we discovered that my mattress is shedding fiberglass, so we have to, like, decontaminate my entire room. So it's probably going to be a while before I actively stream again, but we're here for a good time, not a long time. We're gonna do some D&D with a new model. Hi, good eye. It's good to see you. But real quick, because I want to show her off, because she's real fucking cute. Here, wait. Oh shit, she's locked. Time out. Look at her. Look at my little satyr. Isn't she cute? She's cute. I love her. I love her. Anyway, okay. With that, we're gonna hop over to the D&D screen. So let's fucking go. Hi, we're here. I have a hamster already. Who the fuck gave me a hamster already? What is happening? Thank you for the lurk, good eye. I appreciate it. Yes, you are, Xander. I'm a piece of shit. I don't know what you want from me. Anyway, I'm gonna undeafen. Okay, I'm back.
Hello.
Hello. I fucking see you.
What?
Every stream, I will remind you.
Uh-huh. He's giving me shit. He's like, I still don't have my tier 3 sub sound. You're right. I haven't done shit for stream in like a month because life is great. Let me tell you. Anyway.
I tier 3 subbed in February. Don't say a month.
I mean, I didn't get my sound alert until like
True. It took like 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
So
We're at 7.
True.
So
Yikes.
Tee. Tee. And yeah, we really enjoy OMM. Good eye. It's good. It's good program. Hello? What the fuck?
my.
fuck is that?
Don't worry about it.
what is going on?
I don't
That's the Lord
know.
of the Grove of Doom.
I'm going over to Kai's stream to look.
I'm watching. It is
What the
interesting.
It was much larger momentarily ago.
Yes,
Is
it
this
was.
is this the world turtle from Avatar? Looks like it's back.
Looks more like
Oh,
the
shit, are we gonna learn
creature
how to energy bend?
from
For
Ori.
Hell yeah.
do you want me? Do you wanna tell them what this actually is, Snow, or do you wanna wait?
There we go.
Oh, this setting?
Yeah, what this is.
So before we jump in then, this particular setting is set up in a Box of Doom way. Anytime in the future we have any kind of role that seems extremely vital to the plot, or that, let's say, we're going on death saves and the situation is dire, we may come into this area to do them. We're gonna it's kind of an experiment because the going back and forth may be a bit I recognize like it's too much of a suspension from the moment, but I wanted a space where we could do something that's similar to the Box of Doom to bring a little bit of drama. Now, that being said, for this particular scene, this felt like an appropriate space to do it in because it is part of the what's it called? Like the divine plane, the celestial plane. So that's all it is. That's what this was set up to be. For now, it's just a scene.
All right, Archer, hit us with that recap.
Yeah, get us that recap in. And then if anyone has anything they would like to add, as usual, I will have them chime in.
So we started last session being at the bar. Redix was a goose. I got corn water from my goose and terrible ale for everyone else. I drank the ale. I was fine. Carry on sipped the ale and did a little hop flutter situation. Disguise self and distract them was the decision that we made about trying to rob the GIF. Hippo Man.
It was a GIF.
It was a GIF, sorry. The GIF, Hippo Man. There was 2 additional guards when they went in. Apparently Refuge has a very low crime rate, but this man still had security. Fairy went in disguised and did her flirting. Got a real nice discount on some arrows. Uh,
Yeah, the
they
5-finger discount.
yeah, 5 finger discount. Basically, Reddix snuck in after Fairy had convinced the GIF to go in the back, put them outside by a window, and then just walked out with his hands empty. In the
Very
safe, we
smooth.
found out there was more of the orange wax. There was a stamp, but not the lily pattern that we've seen. There was Singer feather with pieces plucked, single sealed letter, 4 vials of serum in a slot of 6. I said it was baby's first crime. Fairy weaponized white girl tears in order to get out of trouble. Ultimately, we find out that the serum is made up of completely ground down crow witch bones, and there was a phoenix tooth in the one that Otto had, that Fairy has now. The crow was dead, the phoenix was living, not in the line of succession, but still a royal family tooth. Fairy pretended she didn't have other wax and then got another color wax, but already had 6 colors of wax. The weapons had inlaid pigeon bones. This is like a weird thing. It's unheard of, disgusting. As a status symbol, we learned that some crows have like the actual teeth as decoration, but no one really grinds them down. Oh, and then the last thing is we all kind of went back to take a nap. And both Redrix and Kalani had a problematic dream reward.
Problematic.
Where they fell through stars and heard some shit and saw some shit, except Kalani's blind, so she didn't see shit. This is what happened last time on Unmerciful Crows.
Yeah.
Very good. Any additions to that party?
I don't think so.
Or do we
Yeah,
feel?
I got my
Fairy's the only
nightmare
one without a
penguin.
bird now.
You got your
True.
nightmare
Redrix
penguin.
has a 5-foot
Yeah.
albino penguin, and Sivri has a ghost spirit dove.
It was
Sparrow?
a sparrow.
Yeah, it's a sparrow.
Little sparrow.
Sparrow.
It's the closest thing we could find.
Fairy, I'm
Um,
sure we'll find you a bird in the course of this adventure. Don't you worry.
Oh, she doesn't want one. It's just a fact.
It's just
It's
extra mouths to feed.
it's not a choice at this point.
The bird distribution system will find you.
Amen.
Distribution system. Hold on.
Maybe Mother will have a nice little goose for you.
Fine.
A little gosling.
Maybe I'll just steal your goose.
You're not gonna
I
steal my
mean,
goose.
you're halfway there.
I mean, she already likes me.
Living on a prayer. Sorry.
Yikes.
Notre Dame played that song at every football game, and I only went to a few, but one of them Bon Jovi was at, so they played it a lot.
Wild.
I know.
All right. So honing in. So Kalani and Redrix, you've fallen for quite a while now. Redrix, you are on the verge, likely, of becoming overstimulated by so much sensory input. The lights that you are seeing are numerous. They are moving very quickly now as you fall. Kalani, due to your blindness, the only thing that you are experiencing is that dropping in your stomach, as though you were to just about be ready to kick yourself awake. But it just keeps coming. It just keeps going. After a few more moments or years, you can't really tell. You do find purchase on ground. It's not a sensation of falling onto the ground. It is actually quite gentle. But when you meet the ground with the soles of your feet, there is that slight bit of seasickness that you experience, perhaps a stumble of a bit forward. Um, and you all this time, you Redrix, you would have noticed you're heading towards a singular point. As far as you can tell, that point was this little speck of, to your eyes, what seems just a grove. It is just about as it seems here. It is trees and grass. You smell very, very similarly to the mortal realm, um, exactly as nature smells. It is fresh, it is free. Um, you could swear just off in the distance, if you really, really thought hard enough, you could hear maybe a river rushing by. Um, but before you comes into view, not quite what you're seeing here, but it seemed as good a representation as any. Um, a man, quite tall, nearly 6 foot, with long brown hair. He appears to be elven in nature, and as he approaches you, you see that with the shifting of the light, it's almost as though his features take on different shapes. It's not so much that his entire likeness is changing. It's not different people that you're seeing entirely, but there is something amorphous about him. Um, he approaches very, very slowly, smile on his face, and at this moment, do either of you have any reaction? Kalani, you likely can hear his footfalls because he is stepping on grass. They are gentle. They are not aggressive to your how you would be able to tell something, you'd be able to tell the difference between someone trying to attack versus just coming to greet you. So, do either of you have any reaction?
You would definitely see Kalani's ears like twitching and like shifting towards the sound a bit as she turns, and her hand they're in a dream, right? That's the
Far
idea
as you
here.
can tell, yes, this
Would
is a
she
dream.
have her accoutrement, or would she be just her and her clothing?
Why don't you tell me what does Kalani usually feel she is wearing in her dreams?
I mean, her cane is like part of her. That's
Okay,
what like
then you'd
so
have your cane.
because like her reaction would be that again her ears would twitch and turn in the direction, but she would also put like one hand on the head of her cane since she can turn like that is a magic cane. So she
Mhm.
like it's not that it's just preparation because she's used to having to like fend off animals from the farm. So like keeping coyotes from the horses and the cows and stuff like that. So like she'd be ready to fight if needed, but not in like an aggro way. And she'd probably like shift her body towards the sound listening. And are they there together? Can
Redrick.
they like
Oh,
are they in this space
Redrick's,
together?
yes.
Okay.
So Redrick's can see Kalani. You are in proximity of one another. Um, you can you probably become just about accustomed to Redrick's breathing, so you know that at least someone is there with you. Interesting point. Uh, Speaking of breathing, the elvish man before you does not seem to be breathing at all.
I think Redrix would sort of quietly say to Kaylani, "There's a rather tall man walking towards us. He doesn't immediately seem to be a threat, but I really have no idea what's going on here. So stay alert."
Kalani would like nod in thanks and then just full on turn now that they have a description and just, can I help you?
So few of you this year. I apologize. I have not seen anyone for quite some time. My name is Vihar. Welcome to my home, if you will. Uh, Typically, there are several more of you. Are you crows to take the pilgrimage this year?
With the The Crow pilgrimage, yeah.
Good. It is odd that there are only 2 of you. Often the children of Ludna work in larger groups.
Um,
Is there no one else with you?
But we
can
didn't really intend to come here,
can
so the
Kalani
rest of our party isn't here.
insight check this man to see if, like, looking for any malice in that question? Because if this person is trying to harm them, she's not gonna sell out the other party members.
Yeah, totally. And
Uh,
Rodrix, what did you ask? You said I missed part of it.
I said we didn't really intend to come here, so no one
Oh,
else
fair.
was.
that's a nat 1.
You really can't tell. He's eerie, he's a bit unworldly, but you can't make a decision on whether or not you want to be fully wary of this person or not. Normally with a nat 1, I would just jump aggro and say, yeah, he's super aggressive, but it's
Um,
very difficult to tell. Yes, Rodrix.
this is just a more general D&D question since
Yeah.
this is my first time. As far as passive perception and passive insight, what does that do?
The way that I use it may be different, but with passive perception, it's like what is inherently available to you in the environment, what you can tell, what you'll see, things that you'll notice. I've never actually used. I may need some help on that. I've never actually had an instance to use passive uh insight or
The way I've always
investigation.
used it is
Yeah.
like you're not actively looking for something, but you have awareness enough to realize something. My friend actually has a really good way of doing it where you roll a percentage die, and then based off of that percentage die and your score, it determines how well you're paying attention to your surroundings.
I do like that. For this particular, I would say for you, Redrix, because how high your passive perception is, you would gather more information visually by the way that he is standing right now. He's open. His stance is, while very straight, it's much more uh, open to, those like when they're doing lie detector type things, the body language is telling you that he is not aggressive and not trying to uh, mislead you in any way. He's not trying to take advantage of you in this moment.
Okay.
Whereas, yeah, passive insight, I would say that kind of would feed into that.
uh, Kalani will just kind of then piggyback off of Redrix and, well, there are, but they're probably enjoying some peaceful sleep like we should be.
I do apologize. This is, mm, I usually bring as many as I can to this space. Typically, those who have joined for the first time all meet at the Crow Academy, and I am able to summon you. I fear that if the others that you speak of were unable to join us, they may have been interfered with.
W- Interfered with how?
Oh, there are ways. Non-detection spells and items and things. Sometimes potions. But unless you've noticed anything, or perhaps they chose not to come here on their own. Perhaps they've come along with their own non-detection abilities. But this is enough. This is enough to pass on any information that I can provide for this year. Now, I won't keep you long. Uh, I'm sure you've heard most of this from whoever happens to be the High Crow these days. But there is a bit of unrest gathering in the wastes to the west. The wastes to the west, pardon me. Um, I've been sensing a bit of a disruption in the way of the world as far as the arcana that intersperses throughout the land. Um, my request this year is that perhaps someone investigate that. It does not have to be you all, but if you'll bring this information to someone who might. I know that the forts are often one of the first stops on the pilgrimage, and I was wondering if someone might investigate. I'm a bit mm, hands off, is one way to put it. I cannot interfere on my own, but that is my one request for this year. In return, I, at some point, will be able to grant you all a boon, and it will be up to you to decide when that will be. Um, if you have any additional questions, you may ask, but typically I bring you here in order to get a good look at you and see what we're working with. You'll be met with some resistance, as is the tendency, but I typically make my simple request and let you on your way.
So, what do you want us to look into again?
Uh, to the west of the continent, there is land that was scorched by one of my co-conspirators, if you want to call him that. I believe you call them just the wastes. Thinking the DM has to think as well. Hold on. Oh, yes, you've called them something very simple, the Kaitaean wastes. Um, typically, there is much less energy coming from that direction. And I fear that something is growing there that I cannot protect you all from.
That's incredibly vague for two people who are relatively non-experienced. You got a pint-sized elf over here, and you got a blind satyr here. You ain't got any more information for us?
Unfortunately not. Like I say, you would not be having to do this on your own. I simply require information to know what to do, and I will contact you again in the future.
If I may,
Hmm.
who are you and where are we?
Well, my name is, as I said, Vihar, and if you need it for your notes, Viihar. Um, I was, along with 6 others, one of the caretakers of Skogheim. For a time, we watched as the mortals grew and created their culture and lands. Many left the continent and spread out. Um, now I am mm, imprisoned, isn't the correct word. When we sacrificed ourselves, we ended up here in the celestial plane. We have very little influence over the material realm anymore, but we do what we can when we can, especially when it comes to those that we had a great fondness for. And you all are the children of my one true twin flame. So I like to offer what aid I can.
That's a lot of children.
Literally thousands.
Right then. Not mortal and sacrificed yourself, so what are you, a god?
I believe that at one time we would have been considered what mortals call gods, yes.
And why'd you sacrifice yourself?
They don't teach history anymore, do they?
I grew up on a farm, sir.
I grew up in a forest.
Ah. Let's just say the simple version of it is that a long time ago, the land was. Well, you know how your continent is surrounded by fog?
No.
I I don't. Your continent is surrounded by fog.
I'll take your word for it.
It used to be that all of the arcane ley lines ran through all parts of the world. When Caeteus fled, he took that magic away with him. In order to allow all of you to have some form of the magic that you all had come to enjoy, we all sacrificed ourselves, except for Caeteus, who, when we sacrificed ourselves, we were able to bring back some of the magic. Unfortunately, it's also what divided much of the continent. It- the old culture that you had, unfortunately, was brought about by people who wanted power and built these caste systems to separate people. We are the reason that each of your different lands are separated very starkly by the ability to use what gifts you are born with. And before you ask, I have no idea how that works. Some of the lands are much larger. I'm assuming it has something to do with ego.
So then who landed the crows in the boiling water of not really having much magic?
That I'm not certain of. There was a lack of balance when we sacrificed ourselves, and Ludna and I, together at the center of everything, we chose to pass together. I think perhaps because of that, a very, very small portion at the time suffered with no ability to utilize magic. But you've all found your way. A little grim with the bones and all, but
Well, I mean, you did kind of screw over a whole population of people. Can you blame them for trying to figure out how to get what they don't have?
I can't. That's why I try to assist when I can.
Then don't sound so
And
judgmental. Don't call it gruesome if it is what it is.
it's I if I'd
Typical
had
gods.
any if I'd had a choice, you all wouldn't have lost the Leylands in the first place.
Is there any other information you need to give us, or are we allowed to go back and actually maybe get some sleep?
You may go back.
It,
Trying to the DM is trying to think. The missile is EP. Uh no, just don't get yourselves killed. Some of the saints have disappeared from the reincarnation line, which is probably what I should have started with. I think they're dying in the wastes, and that is where they are being held.
that seems important, and you entirely left that out until right now.
apologize. My memory isn't quite what it used to be.
Is there any way we can contact you in case we do get this information you need, or we need to ask you a question because you forgot to tell us something else?
You only need speak my name with the intent to contact me. The gods will have you roll a die, and the percentage will allow you to contact me. It will behave similar to what is the fucking thing? I'm losing my mind. Oh my god. I'll find it, but it will behave in a similar way to another type of magic. But yes, intention, my name. It'll be fine.
And
You'll figure it out.
what's your name again?
VR. They really need to bring history back, please. Maybe that
Again,
should be your goal instead. Don't worry about the wastes. Please ask the schools to bring back history.
a farm, sir. School don't matter. I was on a farm. He was in a forest.
Oh my goodness. Ah,
Fedrix, you got any other questions for this forgetful god, not god, creature, person thing?
How do we get back?
when you're ready, I can simply allow you to go back to your own headspace.
Are you open to suggestions on how you summon people?
Not particularly, and he waves his hand, and you're shot back out into the celestial realm. Redrix, it's a much faster, the lights. You get the sense, just for some added fun, you get the sense that Vihar's intent of bringing you down more slowly, quote unquote, was so that you could admire the space that you were in. But this time it's like light speed. Y'all are zooming past all of the lights. Um, so if y'all
He
want,
said,
I'm
"Get the
gonna.
fuck out."
Yeah, literally.
did say
Fucking
get the
done
fuck
with her
out.
shit, bro.
I'm gonna
2
travel
questions
ever.
before we go on.
Yeah.
How do you spell Cateus?
Hold on. 'Cause it's I don't memorize tiny details all the time. That's why I have my own notes for that shit. Let's go to the God section. I'm still just a scary guy. Caeteus is spelled Kaiteus. For the record, I created this god 10 years ago.
Okay. And then how do you spell the name of the wastes? The
The
what
wastes,
wastes?
yeah,
Yeah,
the
the blank
Kaitean
waste.
wastes
Oh,
are Kaitean.
okay, cool. That was all.
Can you spell
Yeah,
God's
yeah.
name one more time?
VII.
No,
H.
Caeteus.
Oh, Caeteus. Oh my god. Kaiteus.
Hut hike.
Thank you. I had added a Q somehow.
Wild. Let me get that shapeshift off of there. Turn into an alligator.
Oh,
And then be no more an alligator. Very good. The rest of you who are sleeping soundly. Let me be small again. Those of you with a passive perception above 14. 14 or higher.
Um,
that's me.
so the slow ride there was overstimulating, right?
How'd
And
Yes.
that lightning speed
I'm
one
gonna say the
feel?
fast ride back. Rhetoric's gonna go throw up.
Okay.
I go
No,
throw
that's
up
perfect.
now.
You wake up. That actually works really well. because you have 16. Storybook Fairy is at 14. While those two were in that dream space, Fairy, you likely, because of that, would have noticed just a hair sooner. There is shouting coming from outside. If you were to look out your window, you would not be able to see anything. There is nothing going on out back. But there is the sound of yelling. There's the sound of um you probably couldn't hear it actually. You are starting to smell that wet wood burning type of odor. You don't see any smoke just yet, nothing. But you are, depending on how you feel about it, if that's something that would get you pumped up, you would wake up middle of the night to these sounds and smells.
And they're close?
They are fairly close.
Okay. I am going to, and I got a full long rest, right?
For this, we're gonna say that we did get a full long rest,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
because I'm the one disturbing your slumber
Um,
without, you know.
so is this all one floor? There's no like multiple floors or anything?
You're on, technically, yes. It's not like right over
Okay.
each other. The lecture hall, the lecture hall makes up um the like ceiling is quite high, so you're kind of above and back from where the lecture hall would be, but there
Okay.
is, you would have to go downstairs to go down.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I'm going to sneak out of the room and go investigate. Do I see Redrix run past as
I would
I
say
open the
as you're
door?
stepping out, you turn to quietly close that door, and Redrix is booking it to the bathroom.
Right. I'm gonna let him do his business, and I'm gonna keep sneaking slowly, like staying close to the walls. And try and like peer around the corner and see out the windows to see if I can see anything.
For this, I would like you to go ahead and make a, say,
I don't have any of
perception.
my dice out. One sec.
How dare you?
Look, it's been. I don't want to talk about it.
I know, it's okay.
Been 1 week.
Okay. Perception, you said?
Yeah,
Dirty 20.
damn. Looking just about from where you are, I'd say there's a, based on the front of the map, there
Oh,
is
what
a
the?
window.
Sorry.
Mhm.
All of my reactives just went off for a second and then
Oh
came
no,
back on. I don't know what's
I think
happening. I
reactive
fucking
is
hate
just
this
having
app. I hate it. I
general.
hate it. I'm so upset.
Maybe we can find something alternative.
I did.
Doubt.
I just need to look into it.
Okay. But yeah, looking out this window here, you can see uh there is a blaze. It is not out of control just yet, from what you can tell. There's definitely something on fire out at the docks. With,
Okay.
deductive
But it's
reasoning,
not us.
it is not the building.
Okay. Then I am going to move closer to the window now that I know it's not someone attacking us and peek out to see what I can see.
The one of the ships is engulfed fully in flame. With that, I will move it over with that dirty 20. You can see a single person standing on the deck from where you're standing. Um, you cannot quite make out who they are, but they do have a hand raised, and there is fire still coming from their hand. Um, this is the boat. You wouldn't know that just yet, so I won't worry about it. But this is one of the boats that they were filling with supplies. Um, there are currently a few people on the street. They are the ones who had been shouting. One of them was actually the gentleman who helped you cut off part of that tree. Um, the couple of people are taking buckets of water and trying to toss them at the fire as it is growing. but no one is making a move towards the person that is on the ship itself. As depending on how long you are looking out, there are a couple of people you see that jump off from the lower decks um, into the water. Uh, but right now the scene is simply shit's on fire, yo. That's about it. But as far as you can tell at this rate, it is likely going to engulf the entire ship. There is a chance it makes its way onto the dock, but it hasn't quite made it there yet. So it is a little bit of a chaotic scene outside.
Okay. Shit sucks. I'm hmm. I'm trying to think what she would do. She's just gonna go back to bed, actually. If it's not
Damn.
bothering her, she's gonna go back to bed. No one was on the ship as far as she could tell. Everyone was jumping off. People are handling it. So what is she gonna do? I
I
mean,
will say, Redrix, you at this point, once you have finished
oh,
your
I mean,
vomiting, you probably will be hearing and smelling some of the commotion.
as
Um,
I'm walking back.
yeah. Like, let's see. And honestly, Kalani, with your ears, as things are progressing, it's getting a bit louder. I would say that as is on the way back, if you so chose, you would also have woken up from this dream. It would have disturbed your sleep, certainly. Um, and you are starting to hear the shouts of a bit of a scene outside. But if y'all are good, y'all don't have to do shit. Fuck those people, I guess.
People are handling it. What the fuck am I gonna do? Sing them a song? Redrix, would you say anything as I'm walking back, or if not, I'm going right to my room.
Holy shit! I just realized my mic was muted. My bad.
Oh no!
I would say as you walk by and he's coming back out of the bathroom, he would just ask, "Is there something on fire somewhere?"
Oh yes, someone's lighting a boat on fire outside.
Uh,
People are
what?
handling it.
Okay. I'd say after that, Fredericks would probably go look out the window to see what was going on.
She'll walk back into the
Yeah.
room quietly, like trying not to disturb the others from sleeping.
Yeah, Redrix, you're seeing much of the same if you just go straight up to the window. There is still silhouette that is now more lit up. You can see more of their body, so you can't tell who it is, but definitely someone on the deck still shooting fire from their hands. Um, at this point, more people have made it to the shore. A few people are dragging other people's bodies up, um, ones that maybe couldn't swim well enough to get just back to where they needed to be. There's a couple people on the actual dock that are now throwing buckets onto the ship. Let's see. Yeah. Unless you would like to take a closer look, that is what you can see from this view.
Um, I think Redrix would probably go out to see if he could help in any way.
Okay. Hey, grab my guy. I would say it is at this point, if anyone else is a light sleeper or thinks that they are a light sleeper, you would also be starting to be disturbed by the sounds. It is more the roaring fire than the shouting at this point. People are fairly calm about trying to get things situated, but
Kalani probably would have, like, by the time Fairy's coming back into the room, Kalani would probably be sitting up in bed, just, like, rubbing her face. And when she hears the footsteps, just, do I even want to know?
There's a boat on fire. Someone's setting it on fire.
Her
People
head,
handling it.
her head, like, tips back, and she just lets out a groan. First, an obnoxious god, and now a boat on fire? And she lets out a frustrated noise, gets up, and walks out of the room to head down to look.
A god? To go look? What are you looking at?
Like, okay, you know what I mean. Like, good call. To go down
what are
to,
you
like,
looking at? I just got that.
yep,
Fuck.
yep. Like, she'll get up and, like, head down the stairs because, like, if something's on fire, morbid curiosity. She's gonna go figure out the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? But yeah, she'd be heading out.
And Fairy will go and nudge Sivri awake before going to wake up Quellic, because he probably wants to do some shit.
What the fuck is happening?
There's something on fire outside. It's a boat. Someone's being an asshole.
Fire?
Yes.
Okay.
And she walks out.
Okay. What the fuck is on fire?
She said a boat. She did specify
No,
a boat.
no.
Oh,
He's
okay.
looking up. He's looking out the window now.
Oh, you okay.
He has to
But
hop a little. It looks like.
she will walk to the separation between the office and the bedroom and knock very loudly on the wall.
There is
From
no
where?
response.
Quellic, don't make me come in there.
No response.
Okay, I'm stepping into the room then.
Okay. Head on in.
Yeah, I'm stepping into the doorway.
Yeah, there's no Quellic in here. The space, from what you can see, the covers were thrown off of the. Did you make it to the bed or just the office? Sorry, I'm not inside the building anymore.
Oh, I stepped into the doorway of the bedroom.
Okay, so yeah, you are. Bed's empty, covers are tossed.
Okay. Well, he knows.
There
Good.
is, yeah, he is not here. Nothing really extravagant about the room aside from it just being very comfortable. Unless you're wanting to look around at anything. Yeah, homeboy's
Does
not here.
anything would anything in here pique my interest?
What types of things pique Fairy's interest?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead
All
and
right,
make an
Owen.
investigation check for me while
Okay.
we're here. We will slightly pause the on fire scene because I have a feeling Roderick's
Investigation.
gonna do some shit.
That's an 8.
8, yeah. I mean, it's your typical fare. There's a couple of uh, pairs of clothing that have just been folded, just sitting on the fucking dresser. Um, there's bits and baubles, things that are in like crow shapes, like crow feather shapes, and there's a skull of a crow just sitting on his dresser. Um, yeah, with the 8, you're not seeing anything
That's
that's
fine.
really super piquing your interest.
That's fine. I will, since everybody else is down there now, I'm gonna go back down. Where, let me find everyone.
I'm putting in my notes, Perry, extremely blasé
Yeah,
about fire.
I think Quellic is already out there. She'll say as she walks in where the others are.
Kalani would be standing, like, at the window, opening it so that she can get a better sense. But
Do you want to step outside? You could send your bird up in the air.
True. I guess. And she'll like head that way.
Come on, Sivri.
She's coming. She was looking out the window and sees the fire, and she's purposely not said anything. She kind of just looked and makes her way out with everyone.
Yeah, Fairy's just gonna stand on the steps and watch, basically.
Jesus.
Dear God, may I make an investigation roll to see if I can figure out whether the man on the boat shooting fire around is using the elixir.
How close are you willing to get?
Pretty damn close.
Why is Mother on your
Yeah.
head?
Why not?
Mother's
We don't ask
right
questions.
Mother is right behind me. It just looks like she's on my head.
Um,
Oh God, people are appearing.
Ah!
Shadow people. It's Kingdom Hearts now. Everybody get your keyblades. Oh, someone abandoned a romantic dinner.
Sometimes you have to do what you gotta do.
To give you a point of reference, this is not what the person looks like, but I am wildly impatient as a person. So yeah, if you are wanting to get a good look, you'll need to show me about where you would be. These ships are also not very well proportioned.
What's 30 feet away? I'm gonna do 30 feet away.
Oh.
Be like back here.
Oh, well then I'm gonna do. Oh God, why aren't you walking the direction I want you to? What is happening?
You're on a grid.
Oh, so I can't go backwards on the
Oh.
Hi,
grid?
Mort
You
is
should be able to.
You should be able to
I
go
can't!
backwards.
Oh.
Both arrow keys were taking me back, or taking me forward. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, see, look,
while we sort that out, I need to use the
Hold on,
restroom real
Yeah.
quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm heading back.
Mom, I hope you find your dad.
My dad died already. Thank you.
Just compelled to just go take a swim. Oh my God.
Fucking
Apparently.
siren song, yo.
Alright. I'm gonna be this far away. I'm gonna roll it to investigate.
Yeah.
I got a 17. 15 plus 2.
Ooh. From what you can tell, this person, their hood is off. It is a beautiful red tiefling woman. Naja is standing at the head of the deck, actively firing,
Wait,
just
like.
streams.
So it's Naja.
It's Naja.
Oh.
I'm gonna go with. What the fuck?
I'm gonna go with what the.
No response.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Shape Water.
I am back. I apologize.
Fine.
Hey, it's
Yeah.
not just setting the ship on fire.
Well, do we know that? Has Mort called that out yet?
But that's what I'm more.
No,
just
but
remembered
if
that.
Redrix would like to, because I feel like Redrix, you were onto something, because since you were first out, I don't know if you would have looked any closer at the person on the deck or not.
I don't think the person on the deck would have been Redrix's focus. It would have been anyone who was still trying to get to safety.
Oh, then yeah. If you're actively trying, there are people who are still swimming over to the docks because there is no other good real purchase. There are a couple of banks around that they can that aren't pictured here very well, but they can kind of make their way up. But there's a couple of people still kind of floating just about out here, that are treading water, staring on at the ship. Um, can't quite decide which direction they want to go as far as making a run for the dock, or if they're you kind of get the sense that a couple of them are actively waiting to see if anyone else jumps off the ship. I'd say at this point there's probably 3 people left in the water that seem to be kind of treading to see what comes of everything. Um, but if you're looking to like assist people, there's a couple of people just on the deck that are struggling to breathe. They've got water in their lungs. Um, there's, one person is actively trying to get up on the dock from over here. They're just not enough people around that are willing to help. So if you wanted to try to pull them up, we can make a strength check
I feel
just for
personally attacked
funsies.
by that phrasing.
What?
People not willing to help.
Oh my god. To be fair, I'm talking like NPCs that don't
Mm.
want to, get too close to the fire because they can't. General vibe is like, yeah, the docks could go up, but
Yeah, shit's wild.
shit's wild, and also everything else is stone, so it'll stop somewhere. It's just we're here for the fireworks, really. Like,
Is
Wanna
my
watch the
eldritch
world
demon
burn.
penguin a strong swimmer?
I don't know. Did we ever? I
Ah!
forget.
Ah!
Let me see. D&D, uh, penguin stat block. Wink. I should have. I had so much intention having had so much time to prepare for all of this, and I ended up just with like my general outline. We had so much going on in the past 2 weeks. I'm just garbage.
No, you're not. Shush.
All good.
I
We
scamper.
love
Hey,
our
you don't
dog.
get to talk about my friend that way.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Nice to
Excuse me.
yourself, or else.
So
I know where you live. I'll
Look
come
at
fight
Griffin.
you.
Look at Griffin Ghost and just accept what you cannot change.
Oh my god.
um
Swim is 50 feet. Very strong swimmer.
Hell yeah.
so is Naja like on the boat
Oh yeah.
or on so Naja is on the boat on fire and is just gonna go down with it.
To your knowledge, yeah.
I
You're
mean,
right.
Kalani has no knowledge. She doesn't. Nobody's called out that that's Naja yet. I'm just.
Can I?
True.
That's out of character.
May I please cast Shape Water?
Yeah. And
All right.
Redrix, what are you doing with your penguin?
So
I want to
I think
know.
Redrix will help out. You said there's one person like on the end of the dock over here.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check for me.
Yeah. -1.
Yikes. And this is more for how long it's gonna take you.
9.
9. Okay. It's a bit of a struggle. There's, you're not the strongest person in the group. Uh, but the person who you're assisting is also kind of fighting it. It's counterintuitive to them to like let themselves be pulled up. They're kind of still trying to tread water when really at this point in time it would be best for them to just let you pull them. So after while I'd say it takes a minute or so for you to pull this person. Like there's a little bit of what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? While you're trying to pull them up, but
um,
eventually.
while Redrix is doing that, he will send his penguin into the water to look for anyone who may need assistance getting back to the dock.
Oh, is that so? How deep is your penguin going?
Um, do you want like feet
Very
or?
public question.
Like, I don't have the exact amount, but like, would your penguin be going as far down as possible to see if anyone's gone down, or are we just searching for people who are like struggling?
I would say he would be searching below the surface for people, but I'd like not towards the very like rock bottom of it because I think I would assume most people down there are probably Dunzo if they've sank that far.
Fair. Hmm. Trying to think the best way to go about this. Because they're just searching, right? You're not going to have them actively try to help just yet.
I mean, if he finds someone he can help,
Okay. Make an investigation check,
he.
but yeah, roll. So you rolled 16. Investigation. Sorry, I'm mostly having a little bit of fun. Intelligence. So your penguin has a -2 intelligence. I'll get you this as well. So still 14. He finds at least one person who is kind of sinking and still struggling a bit, but there's definitely someone just under the water there.
Okay. I would have the penguin sort of like swim underneath them and then kind of like swim up to push them back up towards the surface.
Oh, you see a head pop out. Looks like a small little halfling woman with kind of nice little mousy hair. She is now flailing in the water, very confused by this creature that just shoved her up there. Her lips are turning a little blue. You can tell that she might have aspirated a little bit, but she's definitely hanging in there. If you were to, ba- depending on what the parameters of your summoning spell, you, the penguin may be able to like push her slowly towards the dock.
How far away am I from this?
Don't move. About 25 feet.
Can I shout at this woman to hold on to the penguin?
Yeah, she'd hear you.
Okay. So Redrick will just yell at her to hold on to the penguin and that it'll carry her to the dock and he can help her up.
Fair enough. Easy enough to do in this case.
And we
Cheers. I'd say while you're doing that, over this time, that strength check, you're still struggling to get her up. She's a little lighter than this other person. Um, getting back over, panning back over to Mort, creating some water to toss. If you would like to share with me what you are attempting to do. Unless you're muted or away.
Me?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, the other
I
Mort.
was distracted briefly. I am going to cast Shape Water. It's a cantrip I have. 5-foot cube of water. Instantly move or otherwise change the flow of water as you direct up to 5 feet in any direction. It has a 30-foot range. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a sphere of water over Nadja's head and then drop it right on her.
Okay. This water does make its way just above her head, comes splashing down on her. It does manage to extinguish the flames that were gathering on her clothing, but she does not seem particularly affected by that. There's a little bit of a chill when it hits. The fire coming from her hands stops for just a moment. She does turn to look at you very briefly and then pushes her hand back out and is casting another stream of fire. Doesn't
When you say casting, does it look? Because I remember you mentioning that with Otto, the way he was controlling the fire was like kind of weird and specific. Does it look like a regular casting a fireball or whatever, or does it look like somebody using a phoenix tooth or the serum?
Let's make this a little academic because I don't know that you've necessarily seen the person. Um, so
Mhm.
go ahead and make a Mm. Let's do a history or arcana. I should have made this like a battle type.
Uh, either way, it's the same for me. Dirty 14.
Okay. It based on some of the books that you've read, this stream of fire that's coming out, it does not appear to be like ley line or layman magic. It also doesn't appear to be like any other types of tooth-based magic you've seen. It is unlikely due to the fact that Phoenix stay in one area that you've actually seen a Phoenix casting. This looks more fluid almost than any type of layman magic that you've seen, like a wizard or a sorcerer casting. This is almost like liquid fire coming out. It's almost like a lava stream that's
Got
made of fire, if that makes sense. It's like it's more of a fluid almost than flame.
like lava bending.
Yeah, kinda.
Going back to Avatar real quick.
Yeah.
Guys, that's Naja on the boat lighting everything on fire, and he's gonna cast shape water and dump it on her again.
Okay.
It's
She
a cantrip. I'm just gonna keep casting.
okay. It is disrupt if you continue to cast it, it does start to disrupt her and let's see. Anyone have anything else that they would like to do? At this point, the ship is starting to take on water, I would say. Um, anyone who cares to pay attention, Redrick, since you're the closest, depending on how engulfed you are with helping these people up, you would all hear a familiar voice say, "Naja, it's enough," and it is Quellic standing just off to the center there.
Kalani just would look towards the voice. Do you know why your friend is setting a boat on fire?
She
Weird
thinks
look.
she's protecting me
From what?
from another goshawk.
Isn't that the ship we're supposed to be taking?
Indeed, it is.
What about due process?
Does
If any of
Naja
you can,
seem... I was to say, what is Naja doing?
she at this point, if Mort has cast enough water, she is completely soaked. She is going to look over, roll her eyes at Quellic, um, very gracefully as she can. Um, starts walking down the deck as the back end of it is starting to sink a bit. Um, you do see her. Those of you with eyes see her taking a look around at anything there. You notice she kind of kicks something, uh, and then she does manage to make her way. Can I control this? I can. She comes down here and begins to wipe off her hands on her pant legs and any soot, things like that lingering. Um, gets as much of that off as she can before just standing and watching the ship as it is alight.
Kalani's kind of gonna squint. Even though she can't see shit, it's facial expression. She's gonna squint and just... Because I'm assuming she could hear Nadia moving around, jumping off the ship, landing gracefully, all of that, right?
Yeah.
You know, even for an ambulatory wheelchair user, you seem awfully sprightly.
Oh, have you ever met Yoda?
Who?
I'm fine.
And why did you set the ship that's supposed to take us on this grand pilgrimage that a god was ranting at me about on fire?
Wait, you met God?
Later.
There was another goshawk on the ship, putting all kinds of traps.
You know what also was on the ship?
Hmm.
A bunch of innocent people.
They're fine.
Couldn't you have just dealt with the goshawk on his own? Why'd you have to light the whole fucking ship?
I will admit I got a little carried away.
A little?
She kind of looks at the fire. A lot.
Carried away is like when you buy 3 books instead of the one that you went to the store for. This is a crime.
Not if you own the boat.
Insurance
Do
fraud?
you own? Good
I-
point. Do you own the people on the boat?
No, but I pay them.
That is some sort of labor exploitation if I have ever heard it.
Wouldn't-
Also, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Prestidigitation on her so that she's dry and sit free.
I was really hoping you were going to say you're going to drop more water on her.
That's what I was waiting for.
I mean, honestly,
Hey.
same.
I mean, I might still, but she's dirty and near me. I don't like that.
So
I'm
then,
gonna,
if-
after
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say after Redrix pats his penguin and tells him he's a good boy, he walks over to join you guys.
Adorable. All right. So you set a boat on fire to kill a goshawk. Where's the body? Where's the goshawk? Did you get it? Did they escape? Do you know what happened to them?
I don't know.
Blind lead the blind, and that's coming from me.
It's fine.
I'm gonna insight check this. Is she telling the truth?
Go ahead.
18 plus 4. 22.
She's telling the truth. There was a goshawk that she was trying to fight off. She clearly got over
Zealous.
over her head. Overzealous is a good word, yes. And indulged in some of her baser instincts, I would say.
All right, Karlak.
Yeah. She's telling the truth. She was trying to stop someone from sabotaging the ship. It seems like in her mind, and she's would say as much, but in her mind, better to destroy the ship, take care of it then and there. Anything else can be replaced. Um, but you also get the sense that like she's like 17. She wasn't thinking that far ahead. And you've seen her in the past, you've heard her in the past get upset with Quellic for not allowing her to take care of the threat. And she maybe felt this was a chance to prove herself. So that's kind of what you're getting from this.
Okay.
And again, she's 17, so she's not taking any of this blame.
Why? Just why? What did you kick?
What do you mean?
You kicked something when you dropped off the boat. If the
There was a bit of rope in my way.
Well, I was really hoping that maybe this mysterious goshawk that you overreacted about had dropped something. Or was dead. That would be
No, you can go look yourself. Would you like to?
Naja.
I can throw you up there.
Naja. What is the boat currently? What is the status of the boat?
On fire.
Are you fireproof?
Yes, actually.
That's great for you. You know who's not fireproof?
Hmm.
Me and my bird. And it's
You
not
can throw the
Christmas
bird up there.
time.
It's not Christmas.
If we're still going on a boat, can she be on a different one than me?
Unfortunately, there's only one left.
Oh.
this
Did
may
you have a
be.
single thought before you started setting things on fire, risking other people's lives, and acting on your own?
Well,
As to the consequences.
I mean, look, it's fine. There are no consequences to this. Everyone survived. I'm fine. And the things on the boat weren't that important.
Very.
Oh, she's still back at the house.
Oh,
If you
you're
said
so.
Barry's She's standing on the steps in front of the front door. She has not gone near that boat.
I
And if
just.
everybody hadn't survived, if people died either in your flames or in the water because they couldn't get ashore, what then?
I mean,
You could have evacuated the boat before lighting it on fire.
I had to act quickly,
You
not
made a
letting them
bad.
get Quellic.
You made a bad decision, and that's coming from me.
May I
So,
go?
Well, I'd like to ask a question real quick, and you may not have the answer, but would this, you think, have any relation to, and you see just like this thoughtful look come over her face as like her eyes tip upward while she's trying to recall something from memory, the Catayan wastes or the West?
What?
waste ideas.
What do you mean?
Something about people dying out there. I don't know. Some god, not god, named Vihar kidnapped me and Redrix and ruined our sleep and was very rude and very weird and was talking about
Okay.
people dying and the Kitayan wastes and going west and we gotta investigate and that the rest of y'all were blocked from seeing him. That's why he only got the two of us. I don't know.
Okay.
No.
So you met God and had a conversation with God and were apparently rude to God, which like mad respect. But still,
A god, lowercase g, not capital G, a god.
a God is a God is a God. Just a thought though. I would like to learn more about these wastes because according to, you know, the Hawks, uh it says the wastes are full, she is rising. And you just said people were being killed at the waste?
Dying.
Okay,
People were dying.
dying and stuck. Do you have any books on this, Quellic? Also, I think before you go anywhere, you should have to deal with the burning boat and making sure the dock doesn't catch on fire. I feel like that's a fair consequence for your actions.
Fine. She goes and starts helping to throw buckets onto the ship. Um, the people that you saved, Redrix, now that after this conversation has happened, it seems like with your assistance and with them being on solid ground again, um, they're taking in their surroundings. They're going to help as well. One of them does start to use similar create water that Mort had. Um, they are a witch that is able to do so. I haven't decided which type, but just for some flavor, there's that helping. Plenty of buckets are being thrown over. At this point, the ship has deteriorated enough that y'all are starting to smell corn is burning. There is bread that is starting to fill the air. Like it doesn't smell fresh. It definitely smells like everything is just turning to charcoal. Um, but the amount of people that are now willfully helping to get as much water onto this ship, it seems like the dock should be ultimately okay. Um, so long as none of it spreads. In fact, one of the people you see starts to try to remove the steps that are leading up to the ship in hopes of mitigating anything. Um, it seems like they've kind of got it under control. The ship shouldn't have any of that spread. Um, and you watch as Naja does start to stamp out a few things that did reach the dock. Um, so that's not spreading. Um, and just like she said, she does not appear to be affected by that fire. So,
Must be real nice.
yeah.
Oh.
Uh, to your question, Quellic does say that, I mean, we have plenty of information inside the academy.
Okay.
Okay, what a weird um
Fairy, I
uh
just want to say, the 17-year-old lit a ship on fire, and I feel like I'm more responsible for that than that, so I should get some credit. I'm going to the library, excuse me.
I love that Fairy became the one to impress.
Yeah, to be fair, the one constantly giving more shit, he's like, at least I'm not this.
mhm.
Root mom,
Let's see.
gotta not disappoint.
Yeah, yeah. With that, as we transition into, I assume, the Crow Academy, because it seems like the NPCs have got the ship. I might run to the restroom really, really quick. Got a team call.
Before we stop, Fairy is standing there with her arms crossed with a look of annoyance and anger on her face, eyes locked onto Quellic as he turns around.
Yikes! All right.
And then she
Jesus
turns around and
Christ.
walks inside.
Daddy's in trouble.
All right, give me just a sec. Sorry, I need bladder. Oh God.
Do we just want to do a BRB while Snow's...
We can.
'cause I do have to pop away as well.
Yeah, okay. BRB, guys!
Bye!
No other round. None other rounds. Oh, I need to actually get indoors, I guess. Hang on. Ah! Alright, okay. Ugh. There we go. No, wait. Let me... It won't let me into the out. Or out
The only
to
way
the
I can
in.
get in is to click on the portal and hit go to.
It won't
That's
let you
silly.
into the out.
Okay.
Let me in.
Itty.
Let me in.
Let me in.
While everyone's getting in, may I roll to investigate to see if I find a fucking book on those wastes?
You're looking for the way specifically?
Anything that wouldn't mention them, but yes. The
Go ahead.
waste scorcher. 12 plus 2, 14.
It's pretty easy to find. There is a book on the second lowest shelf that is a like purplish blue. The what's it called? The binding on it says in gold lettering, um, Kitaean Crisis. It is a fairly thin book. It's maybe like just over a centimeter thick. But compared to the rest of the books that are all like reds and browns and blacks binding, it sticks out a little bit, so it wasn't super difficult to find. As you're looking at this particular shelf, you
Mhm.
see that it is uh, ordered kind of chronologically. So the earliest bits of history, or as far as you can tell, like the lowest shelf, um, there's the Kitaean Crisis. There's books that appear to be like early settlement, um, early worship of the gods, things like that. Um, Second row is after the sacrifice of the gods. Um, Third row is starting to become more modern, but it still has a lot of information about, if you're interested, there's some information about like the initial creation of the casts. Um, the next shelf has information about like the fallout of the creation of the casts, and then the top shelf has the most modern history of uh, the beginnings of the pilgrimage. So that shift from the crows doing their job kind of on their own in the packs of about 13 people over to modern day where it's shifted into the pilgrimage. This is a very small collection, but because it's here, you kind of gather it's like the compendiums of the histories that are more condensed into more simple terms. So like it doesn't have every little thing that happened. You being a bookworm know that a lot of books will have just genuinely information about days worth of history, whereas these are more like covering longer swaths of time.
Can I
So
borrow a tall person? Anybody?
You can stand on my shoulders.
No, I just need you to grab a book for me. Come
I wouldn't call myself tall though.
on. You're on a bird. I think it counts. He's gonna go ahead and snag the purplish book with the golden lettering. He's also gonna grab something kind of about the early settlement and god worship. Something that kind of summarizes the sacrifice of the gods and the cast. I imagine he knows enough about modern history to get by.
you said early settlement with god worship. Was it
Yeah.
and you said cast? There was a middle one that I missed.
Uh Following the sacrifice of the gods, or like something that explains the sacrifice of the gods.
Okay.
Apparently gods are important now.
Um,
I'm gonna have so much
Um,
reading to do.
there's also one book, I don't know if it would be relevant because I don't think anyone mentioned it. There is a book that mentions actually, Redrix, if you're looking, there is one that mentions the Saints. It is named the name.
The name? The
It's
Compendium of
basically,
Saints?
yeah, I would say it's like a compendium of saints, or really the original 1,000 is what it would be named. And then underneath it says a full collection of the saints.
Um,
Unless you never fucking learn how
Vihar
to read.
Vihar mentioned saints, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sure. We'll say I grabbed that one too.
Okay. So now you've got a nice little grouping of about 5 books between the two of you.
Do you
Meanwhile,
like
Quellic is just gonna try to sneak off to his room.
hey. Do you got any other material other than this? Or is this everything?
I mean, there's plenty of other bookshelves among uh around, but I mean, this is probably the best grouping. This is what we usually pull from when we're doing any kind of lecture.
I can just take these, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Cool.
okay.
How many books do you think we can carry?
At least 7.
At least 7. All right, let's keep looking. And for now, Mortimer's gonna be focused on looking at all the books.
Just leave Mother behind. Jeez. Abandon your
Mother,
mother.
no, Mother doesn't like books. That's why she's seated politely by a bench waiting. She thinks books are evil liars.
Ah.
Evil liars?
They smell like trees, but they're not trees.
Hmm. And what are the rest of us doing?
Waiting
I'm
for Quellic.
assisting Mort.
I'm
What
so
do you
excited.
mean?
I saw where she was. And
Yeah, I
was
saw
like,
where she
"Oh."
was too. I intentionally pulled it over on stream so stream could see Storybook's
I was
character
like-
just lurking there.
I was like, Fairy, stop him. And then I saw where she was, and I was like, oh, never mind.
I mean, if the commotion is done, Kalani still hasn't really gotten good sleep. She's head back to bed.
Right. Well, those two are looking for books. If anyone needs anything, and he's just
What
like
the fuck?
talking aloud, Sivri, if you're
I
standing where you're standing. What's up?
No, it's
fucking hate
Oh.
reactive.
it's
What
reactive.
the
no.
absolute
it flickering?
shit is wrong? No, it changed everybody to everybody.
Hi, Kaldor. What's up, Kaldor? Teehee. Yeah, reactive is just. Oh, yeah, reactive is just having a shit fit. The whole side is down.
Reactive is just fucked.
So we're freeballing it. It's fine. Anyway,
We're this for now.
Wait,
Okay,
so I'm
great.
Derpy Cat?
Yeah,
I turned everybody
the
off
bird.
because half of it broke. Like
yeah.
part of
I
it broke
just-
for me. So. Hi, Kudai. Hi, Keldor. Welcome to Scuff. Thanks to Reactive.
I sent you a thing, Kai, that
For OBS,
is,
yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. I just have to figure out how to use it. Thank you, Archer, for the hydrate.
You need to drink and calm and stretch.
No, you could just tell. Half of us in this call, if not all, are autistic, and we don't take change very well.
Write some strongly worded letters. I know Kai already.
I sure fucking did. I immediately got on and went to the guy that created Fuji, and I was like, this is ass, bro.
Imagine being neurodivergent.
Couldn't
Yeah,
be
right?
us.
I am perfectly neurotypical.
You don't. It took you a minute to even think of the word.
I hope the doc transfer goes faster, Kudai.
Ugh, I need to clean up my Google again. It's mad at me.
Lady Gaga.
All right, Fuji is somewhat fixed, maybe, kind of, not really.
I can
I did not
only laugh
fucking need
about it
this
because I'm
today.
not the one searching. Unfortunately. And I ain't upset about being a kid.
There we go. Okay, Fuji is working again for me. Do.
Except it won't set my fucking...
And do we need to, like, well, no, that wouldn't do anything.
I just like, my thing is active, but it's not... It's not sourcing the right one.
When I tried to log in just to look at it, it won't let me in.
Oh,
It keeps making me relog into Discord.
Part of me
Like,
kind
it
of
says-
wonders if somebody wasn't real unhappy it is DDoSing them.
Yeah. Like, I have it
We
set
don't
as a
fuck
different thing, but it keeps putting my Discord picture up.
Like, I've watched you flop between your Discord picture and Fairy a couple of times.
Like, I did it. I actually changed to Discord and then go back to Fairy, but it's currently set on Fairy. And it's just, on my end, it's just fucked. Okay, fuck it. I'll just put pictures of people up. That's fine. We can keep going.
Reactive successfully sees your Discord state, but you will need to join a voice channel for sources to work. Is it me, Jesus?
Mhm.
Hold on.
Jesus. Caitlin made the funniest Jesus joke earlier today.
We don't
Okay.
fuck up.
Okay. I'm ready to keep going when you guys are.
Ba-da-ba-ba-bum.
Why is everything so broken?
Okay, no.
Porque
Back to being terrified of wherever the fuck Fairy is. But Quellic says to no one in particular, maybe to the goose. If Sivri is there, she would hear. But just if anyone needs me, I'll be back in my room getting the soot out of my nose. And he will Fairy, you hear him walking closer. Did you leave the door open?
No.
You hear him or not unlock, turn the doorknob, and step on in.
I want to make myself incredibly clear.
Oh, oh, hi.
If you think for one moment that I am going to accept some stupidity of a child ruining this trip and making it unsafe for me, that is not why I'm here. And I will absolutely leave if any of this bullshit continues. Am I understood?
That's an awfully selfish attitude.
I know. But
Naja
there are
is.
things that I have to deal with that you have no idea of. And I came here because I thought it was safe. Not because I thought some child was going to set a fucking boat on fire because they saw a spider.
Are you done?
For now.
Naja is a child. And she's in her own hot water. She won't be allowed to fuck up anything else. She thought she was doing the right thing. I take responsibility for her as her guardian, but she needs our protection too.
Sorry, one second. I have a sound alert in my ear. She's gonna step up so they're basically nose to nose, like just with a little space in between them. And some of us didn't get a chance to be children that fucked up. And she's going to turn and walk out and slam the door behind her.
You're
Back
muted.
to her room. Who was yelling about being muted?
I yelled about Kai being muted
And then I
because I heard.
called back. I know I was muted. All I said was it was funny watching Mort crawl out of the woodwork following after Storybook.
I wanted to be where the action was.
Be where the people are.
Soy chismosa.
Okay. Public for now will be done for the evening. There are a few hours before dawn. Um, so even with this interruption, depending on how much rest the rest of you, even with the amount of rest that you'll be getting, saying that that was all certainly a full rest. Because I don't think any of you used anything that was not. Does anyone have anything else they would like to do in the remaining 2 hours or so before the pilgrimage starts in earnest?
Kalani just wants some fucking sleep, man.
I'm gonna be reading my book, but that's it.
Toward what time are we leaving in the morning?
It the ideal time to leave would be about 6. You get the impression that with this little bit of a disturbance, there will likely be a little bit of extra time.
Okay.
Quellic had asked y'all to meet him at about dawn, which would be about 6 a.m. But you're getting the sense, obviously, they're not going to just leave without you. Not to mention everything that just happened. There are bound to be some preparations that need to be adjusted, so there's likely a slight delay.
Okay. Because I don't want to do anything in here. I do need to go back to the blacksmith again.
Okay. We can do that. Before doing so, Kalani, I'm guessing, so you're getting some sleep. Mort is reading. Looks like Rodrix may have gone back to bed.
Yeah.
And Sivri.
S- Looking outside, it looks like the situation has been dealt with, yeah? Like the
Yeah,
flames are dying down, it's not spread, everything is controlled.
yeah. The yelling has died down. The only things that are really being said anymore is that they're asking for anyone who's remaining that came to watch the fire, if they're willing to help. You can you can hear some people yelling for, may we have someone come trade with us? We need some extra help. Um, the ship has started to sink in a way that it is not, you can tell it's really not going to be recoverable, but those flames that are remaining are just on the top of the deck. Uh, so at this point, yeah, it's all just controlling it so that it's not making its way onto the dock. Um, so yeah, it appears to be contained.
She's basically going to watch until the flames are out and then go to sleep. Just watch
Okay.
out the window, watch that boat sink until the flames are gone.
Okay.
And
It's
then
not
she will
weird
go
at
for
all.
extra sleep.
And then she'd what? Then she'd go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hmm. I'd say you're probably there for the next 25 minutes or so. But yeah.
Jotting quick notes in a journal, like looking back up. But yeah, after that, she'll go to bed. Kind of with a sigh of relief.
Uh, Fairy isn't sleeping. She's sitting on the bed, looking out the back window.
There's very little to see out the back window. It's a lot of you can see the roofs of some of the houses that are short. Few people seem to be walking back towards their homes, but with everything having died down, not a lot of movement out there.
She's just counting things. I can see this many roofs, this many chimneys, this many people pass by, like in her head, basically. And once it hits like, so you said we're delayed, so it's not 6 a.m.
Correct. We're
Once it
probably at,
hits,
yeah. Sorry.
no, you're good. I'm trying to think. What time would the blacksmith open? Hey, God.
Blacksmith,
Any time for fairy, I imagine.
it's
Well, not fairy,
it's
but the other.
with the amount of travel that you've done, it seems like most people who are tradesmen will get up between the hours of 5 and 7. Bakers usually much earlier, but like trades and skills, blacksmith, glasswork, things like that will start to stir and stoke their fires between about 5 and 7 a.m.
Okay.
You did get the sense, I don't know if I had mentioned it, it's a well lived in space in that area that he took you back to.
Mhm.
Um, I don't recall because there is a lower area that he lives in, but it's clear that he lives on site, which is also very common with a lot of the places that you've been.
Okay. Yeah, so at 7, she is going to start heading out towards the blacksmith. She will let Kalani and Sivri know where she's going so that someone knows. Um, and she is going to go to the blacksmith, basically. Mort, are you awake? And oh no, you're just getting your goose, I see.
No, I am awake. He's been
Oh, okay.
reading his book on the couch, but the goose
Oh,
would
okay.
come with
Yeah,
me. Oh,
so Fairy's walking out towards the front door.
uh, yeah, okay.
I mean, you can stop her. I was just moving her to the front door.
He'd literally go, hey, and then see you continue to walk and be like, not for me, I guess.
Uh, but yeah, so we don't have to go to the blacksmith in here if you don't want to. I'm cool with just talking it out.
Okay.
So basically she is going to walk towards the blacksmith and like find a place to kind of tuck behind and turn into her visage of the girl she was yesterday again, the blonde-haired I think I said human woman. Um and she's going to go up to the blacksmith and pause and see if she can see like if anything's on, I guess.
Oh yeah. Um, so you got about where did you get to the front door-ish?
Yeah.
Okay. As you approach, those two guards are stationed just outside. Doesn't seem to be in any kind of like stopping you kind of way. But they are. The gentleman is kind of holding his spear, slightly nodding off. The woman is standing over to the side, and she notices you and, oh, hey there. He's not quite open yet, but I know he is awake. And you can see kind of through the windows that uh, some of the lanterns have been lit over to the side where there one of his like kilns is where he would usually go to work so that people would be able to come and watch him. That's been stoked, so it's just about ready for him. Um, but she's kind of like, is there anything that I can help you with, or
Oh,
we
I
can
I know he's probably not awake, but I have to leave and I was wondering if I could like talk to him and give him something before I go.
I think that'd be okay. Yeah. Um, and she does like a backwards knock on the door. It's not locked. It kind of jostles with the knocking, and uh she goes, hey Garrett, you got a visitor from yesterday there. And you hear a little bit of a like someone's startled from inside. Um, but he comes, heavy footsteps approach the door. He opens the door and, oh, hey there. Yeah,
Hi.
yeah.
Can we talk inside? I wanted to give you something.
Oh, sure we can. Yeah. How are you this morning?
So, and she steps inside. She goes, "So I meant to come over last night, and what was happening was I was playing cards with my girls, and then suddenly I woke up. So, um, yeah, and I'm still kind of feeling it this morning. But I need to go, but I wanted to give you something before I did."
Well, that'll, yeah, whatever. Are you okay? Do you need some water?
No, I am fine. I have a potion to take when I start leaving. I'm okay. It's just a little hungover. And she pulls out the little note that she made the night before, with the seal, um, in it of the, I think, oh, what color did I say? I don't remember what color wax I used for her. Um, do. Inventory. I think I used the brown wax. Uh, and it has that little stamp in it, the diamond with an M inside of it, and she holds it out to him. So I'm not like going a specific place, but I will be heading which way we were supposed to be heading for for the the crow trip thing.
Uh, Heading towards Lakeshore will be
What direction
west.
is that?
West.
West. Okay. So I'm headed west. But I was thinking that if you wanted to stay in contact with me, you could like send letters to the big cities and then like I could get it when I get there and then I could send one back. So I wanted to give you this so you know what my seal looks like so you wouldn't forget.
Oh, yeah, that's great. I I'd really like that.
Yeah, so that's obviously a diamond because I really like diamonds. And that's an M because my name is Marina. So you can just think of it about like Marina and the diamonds, and then you can remember me.
That that'll be nice, yeah. Um, you'll have to just let me know as you go along what direction you're heading so I know which one to send it to next. But yeah, a little pen pal situation.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Are you gonna come back to this area anytime soon?
I'm not sure because I kind of just like go like I'm looking for something and I don't know where like it'll end up, but like I'm getting clues along the way and stuff. But yeah. So I just wanted to give that to you before I go.
Okay. If there's anything I can help you with, just let me know.
Oh,
You know,
sure.
I hear things.
Yeah, no, I love gossip. Gossip's so fun. But I did want to ask, so the person who helps with the bows, because I know you said you helped with the arrows, and there was someone else who helped with the bow part. Where did they live? Because like I'd love to see their work too.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, okay. That's a nat 20 plus 8.
Woof. Hold on. Go
I'm
to
gonna give you the
legal.
exact latitude and longitude.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Here's his name, here's his birth date, here's his mother's name.
His social security number.
I need my visuals. Uh, so if you're really interested, um, I usually don't just give away the information, but for you,
It
um, since you seemed really very interested,
was so cool. You guys did such a great job with it.
yeah, yeah, well, he lives in Jathar, and let me just send you the actual
Okay. Janir,
spelling because it
Jathar, to
has
wherever you are.
correct. Um, that'll actually, for your reference, it is the third city on the pilgrimage.
Okay.
Paste. Oh, I don't know why OneNote does this, but it is JA, and then it's like a mm,
I'll
in
figure it out.
yeah, in Scandinavian languages, it's a special symbol,
Okay, I'll get
ARR
it
for
off of
anyone.
OneNote. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Um, and so what you're looking for,
yeah. Mhm.
they're actually, they've got a clever little setup going where they're 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 a bard who will they entertain the town, right? But they also have a little shop, and it's called the Singing Hawk. And if you go
Hawk like
in,
the bird.
yeah,
Okay.
um, if you go in, all you have to do is ask for um, the Bard Master. I don't want to give
Oh,
his name. That's his to
no,
give. But
no, I understand. I totally understand. And she'll put his hand on his arm. Thank you so much. I can't wait to get your first letter.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll start writing this morning.
And she'll walk out and go back towards the academy and like change back on the way. Uh and walk back in and stop when she sees Mort this time. And she says, "The hippo's going to write me now, so we'll get information. I also know who made the bows and where they live." And she'll walk back.
Uh, uh, stop!
What?
You have the information. Share the information.
Yeah, they're on the third city of the pilgrimage to Thar.
Okay. You get a name?
No. But I know what they do, I know where they work, and I know how to ask specifically for the special shit.
Okay. Do you want to share with the class?
And she kind of looks him up and down. Later. And she'll walk away.
Are you going back to sleep? What's the point? We're
She's
already
gotta go
awake.
pack. Me alone. Okay, that's all I needed to do.
Okay. At this point, the but as you were going back into the academy, you did, if you notice anything about your surroundings, that ship completely down. There is just a little bit sticking out with the like the masts still poking out, looking a little bit charred, a little worse for the wear. Um, the crowd has dispersed. All that's left are crew members who are now, and this is for everyone when you get outside as well, but the crew members are trying to kind of figure out who's going to go, who's going to stay, because some of them are uh, kind of uh, more on retainer than not. They were all meant to be able to make it to Lakeshore, but they're kind of having to decide who goes, who stays until another ship or another way of getting to Lakeshore will um, arrive. So with that, Quellic, I would say, is probably going to make his way. Just to give you guys a wake up call, he did not attempt to wake anyone before now because he knew that things were going to need to happen. At some point during your reading, Mort, you would have likely seen him come out, head outside, um, probably trying to assess what the situation is. Came back in very shortly. Um, and at this point now, he's going to go and knock on each of your doors, let you know that we'll be departing shortly, about half an hour. If there's anything that you will need, then I would do it now, but we'll be heading out shortly. Knock, knock. Goodbye.
Who's there?
No answer. He doesn't want to.
No, that was me, sorry.
Okay. Oh,
What?
What is happening?
you haven't. Nah, I don't know. 30 minutes. About we'll be leaving.
Thanks. What a weird guy.
Says the weird guy.
At least I know I'm weird.
So, you have about half an hour to gather your things. Any other books you want to take? Any other items? There's no one else in the building who's gonna stop you from doing anything, really. If
Ooh.
there's anything else.
Go ahead. Excuse me. I'm gonna leave my goose to keep watch. I'm gonna drop my book because I don't need to take it with me right now. I'm gonna Mort's gonna be sneaky sneak. He's gonna go inside of the office and look around. Well, I guess I'm gonna check both of these rooms if possible, please.
Okay, go ahead and roll investigation.
Where's my D&D sheet, please? 10.
10. I
I
mean,
know.
that's not
Not a
much
great.
better than that 8. Trying to think. Like would have. Yeah, he's taken
Does it help that I am
all of his
specifically
shit.
looking for books or like
If
writing?
you're looking specifically for books, there is this open book that is on the table. I mean, it is in plain sight. Um, it doesn't appear to be anything especially important. It documents the previous high crows.
Oh, and take that.
Okay. Let me mark that down.
And then I don't know. I'm opening all the drawers, all the cabinets. Is this a safe?
Technically, yes, but that doesn't exist here. That's just part of the build.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
yeah, if you're looking specifically for books or like paper with writing on it, it's really just that high crow book as well as like he's got a book next to his bedside that's actually like just fairy tales essentially. Um, it talks about more human legends that have just come about over the years. Um,
Room.
and
I'm gonna
then
go ahead and take that too.
okay, about highlight or human legends. Why do I even allow there to be printed fucking works in my world? Uh, but other than that, even in the shelves and things, there's really not anything to be found. Quellic likely would have taken all of his important documentation and items with him. He
All
doesn't
right.
need entertainment on this journey.
I will say Mortimer's paranoid enough that he does check behind the paintings and clocks. I know there's probably nothing in there, but for
Yeah,
flavor.
yeah. The most you find there is that people seem to have been cleaning the walls and not gotten behind the paintings for a while.
I'm gonna pick up my book. Maybe.
Just gonna read until it's time to get on.
I mean, no one said I needed to do anything else. And I already ransacked the man's office.
All right.
I'll be honest with you, Mortimer really hates boats. He's just trying to find anything to distract him from the inevitable reality.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, unless there's anything else that you guys want to look around at, we can just head up onto the boat.
Kalani will follow.
Sivri is good to go.
Yep.
Mortimer is walking with an open book with Goose slightly in front of him, following the white as he walks so he doesn't bump into things only semi successfully.
See. I'm gonna take us somewhere.
Take me away.
Secret place.
Secret
Da-da-da.
tunnel.
A secret tunnel. Everything is Avatar. Because, oops, there's no map for good representation for this. We're all just gonna end up where I put you.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, bye.
Oh.
It's dark.
Back
Eh,
here again.
it's a good little placeholder. Um, all right, as you all head out, just like I said, as Ferry was walking in, it seems like the crew has made a decision on the best people to stay and the best people to go. Um, they are waiting on deck, many of them. Um,
Why are we hiding under the stairs?
it's their secret tunnel.
I
Secret
see.
Um,
I
tunnel.
went to go walk this way, and then I was under the stairs. Now I live here.
Valid.
jeez. Uh, the Quellic has already gotten up onto the boat, taken a place at the front of the ship, and there's very, aside from crew and crows, there appears to be no one else that is standing on this boat. Um, Quellic announces that we'll be beginning our journey over to Lakeshore, where we'll be meeting with my left hand, as well as those who begin as crows from their different settlements. They will be meeting with us at the front gate, where we'll perform the ceremonial haka. Um, and let us hope that nothing happens along the way. After the events of last evening, I understand that some of you may have some reservations regarding our travel. Um, we will be meeting Naja and Orin down in Jathar. By the time we get there, we'll have traveled far enough that they'll have had time to get there. Um, those of you who have been on this journey before, thank you for your return. And those who are new, enjoy the time while we can. Um, I suppose that's really all I can say at this time. Captain, whenever you're ready. There's a woman standing at the wheel, ready to get underway. She shouts for the sails to be unfurled. And for the row, there are a couple of oars come out from the bottom there, from the either side of the ship, beginning to row very carefully as you are sort of pushed away from the docking area. Once you all are about 10 minutes away from the main area there, the wind picks up the sails a little bit better, and uh, about 3 hours of travel is ahead of you. Um, it's very pretty. The actual, while you can see the tops of Lakeshore's roofs and things, you can't see the full city just yet. It is about 21 miles away. The trip, I think I already mentioned it a couple of times, but about 3 hours. For anyone who is not used to ship travel, it is meant to be a very gentle river. It is, and as of right now, the weather does appear to be in good condition. You can see and smell you can smell the sea breeze coming from one direction, as this does connect very far away, but you do smell hints of where the river came from, as this is one of the main uh, ones that goes through the entire continent. Um, so yeah, you've got about 3 hours to kill. Um, it seems like this should be a fairly simple journey, but
That's not ominous.
yeah, I mean it's usually fairly straightforward.
Usually.
Um, yeah. So if you're there's not a whole lot to explore beyond the different decks. On the top, obviously, you've got about 4 or 5 crew members at any given time that are making sure that the ropes are tight, that the sails are picking up the wind in just the right way. The oars have been brought back in. If anyone cares to go down below decks, there is an area of where, they've placed those oars into the sides. There's a portion of the boat that is dedicated to, there's a single table with a few chairs around it near the kitchen. There's several hammocks, and some of the crew members are just hanging out there. Um, and that's, unless you would like to look any more around, that's kind of what you're able to see and observe.
Fairy would be standing near the side of the ship that's like towards the shore and just kind of watching everything pass and enjoying the breeze.
I am curious, Mort, are you, since you are scared of boats, are you below deck, above deck?
Deck, at the table reading. Mother may have stayed up top with Feyre. Feyre. One!
We need a counter.
Okay, I got it.
Fairy. If Fairy allows, Mother probably stayed up top with Fairy and is just stretching her wings so she can catch the wind a little.
Mm.
And occasionally honking.
Honk, honk, honk.
So what?
Uh,
That's 2 so far, right?
yeah,
I
at
believe
least.
so.
Okay.
Let me see.
Has anyone been on, aside from likely Fairy, I'm assuming?
Mhm.
Yeah. Has anyone else been on a boat?
Nope.
I don't think Sivray has been.
I wouldn't say so.
The only one without a bird, the only one who's been on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get a bird.
Hmm.
You want to try your luck with the seagull?
No. Absolutely not. I, storybook in real life, have a scar on my thumb from where I got bit by a seagull while feeding them.
Oh
Oh
no.
my.
Okay, maybe
He just got a little overzealous. It's fine.
it's fine.
I will say Carrion seems unsteady. Is sticking very close to Kalani. While capable of flight, given that you've both grown up in like inland, it is very odd to be over this large of a portion of water for Carrion.
Kalani would likely be, for shits and giggles, against the railing, similar to Fairy, air quotes, watching the shore go by and like soothing Carrion quietly, like as the ship gets underway. Though you probably do notice a slight shake to her satyr legs because she's not. This is weird. The ground's not solid. Why is it moving?
Upon seeing that, Fairy would go over next to her and just like stand beside her with her like, are you holding onto the railing?
She probably has like one hand on the railing, the other hand
Okay.
reaching down towards Carrion.
So her hand would settle on the railing right next to yours, where you can like feel it brush against like side of the hand to side of the palm to side of the palm, and close enough that it's like she's there for stability, sort of thing. I'm assuming this is your first time on a boat.
That would be a mighty fine assumption. Yes.
And it looks like Carrion's first time as well.
Birds like the air. They're not so much a fan of the water. At least not this one.
That's very fair. If you need somewhere more solid, I do recommend going below deck, as the swaying is slightly less down there. But I, for one, do enjoy the sensations of the sea, the smell, the air, the warm sun on your face. But if you would like, I can help you below deck.
Kalani is like gonna laugh very quietly and then like gesture out. And miss this beautiful view?
I can describe things if you would like instead.
You know, I don't think anybody's ever actually offered that for Kalani. So she would just kind of like, huh. Like, confused at first and then, yeah, I'd be interested.
So Fairy will start describing like how the ocean looks, like how it has very soft waves that are slowly rolling over themselves, and the white foam on the edge crashing into itself before they form into another wave. Talk about how the seagulls are following the ship, hoping for some sort of snack to be dropped behind. Occasionally, a fish or a dolphin will jump out of the water and, as if following the boat, she'll talk about the wake that the boat is making, how you can very slightly see the shoreline with everything kind of looking like little shadowy like shapes on the horizon, how there are fewer clouds in the sky, the position of the sun, how well the wind is blowing, how it's catching the sails, the color of the sails, the boat, everything like that. Just kind of start describing everything in very specific detail.
Kalani would just be listening quietly, occasionally asking questions about things that she has no fucking clue about. Like, what the fuck is a dolphin? Shit like that.
Yeah. But this does give Kalani a little bit of an insight on how much Fairy pays attention to her surroundings, especially when she starts describing like the floor of the ship and like where certain spots would be bad to step on for like Kalani if there was like a knot in one of the pieces of wood or where the trap door is to get to the bottom. It's like she pays a lot of attention to her surroundings and kind of like knows what's going on around her all at once. And she's kind of giving that away without realizing it.
In her descriptions, does she make note of like quiet places, secluded places, or like otherwise what would be exits if we weren't on a ship?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's what I made.
Interesting.
It's Akatar that Feyre is from, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
All right. Well, we're having our very soft moment. Siveri, what are you up to?
Sivri hasn't been on a boat before, but I think that she would be above, like up above deck, also looking out on the railing, probably somewhere like not directly beside that happening, just looking out on her own and handling it fairly well. I don't think that she'd be getting like seasick. I don't think that she'd be like a mess about it. Just a little wobbly, but just kind of looking out her own on her own too.
At some point, Quellic does approach Siveri. Um, simply offers advice of, I find that finding a spot far off helps with any kind of seasickness, and you see his complexion has darkened a bit. He is looking a little, whatever combination of green and purple one might come across. He's looking a little ruddy. Um, but he does just try to appear like he's in control and offer just, yeah, that's all I can really offer. Seems like the others are handling it just okay.
I don't think it's too bad. Although I haven't ever really been out on a ship before. She's kind of like just looking around, leaning on the railing, like she is okay. A little wobbly because she's not used to it, but she's not like getting sick. She looks fine.
Um,
16 Constitution Goper.
it do. Well, I and you can kind of sense he's trying to find it's almost like he has something he wants to talk to you about, but he's not able to put it quite into words while recognizing that last night was a colossal fuck up, and at that at that point, as that expression leaves his face of like, I had intended to ask something, but instead, well, if any of you need anything, uh there is food below. and I'll just be waiting for our arrival at the front of the ship. Bow. Um, I'm glad that everyone is okay. Yeah. He just moves to walk off.
She's gonna let him go. He's so awkward. It's so funny. She's gonna make a note, like, not physically. She's gonna make a mental note of, like, he clearly had something he wanted to say. Deal with it later. She feels better after having sleep and being in the middle of, like, being on this boat than she did last night with when she was pissed off at Naja.
Fair enough. And that will bring me to Redrix. What are you up to?
Redrix is just relaxing, not having gotten much rest the night before. Not too bothered by being on the boat.
Is good. Uh, I I would say your penguin seems to be waddling closer and closer to the edge and like trying to get glimpses over the railing. He's like swaying, like get some height to look over. Um, it seems like he wants to, or they, uh, she, I don't
He
know,
is what I've decided
he,
on.
okay, he's trying to kind of, you get the sense he's kind of trying to decide if he could jump in the water and like do the shooting through water thing that penguins do. Seems to
Penelope,
decide.
why?
Yeah,
You know I'm
exactly.
too shy.
Seems to decide against it because how the hell is he going to get back up? And does come to rest next to you. Um, hmm. If we're all mostly relaxing, I
Time to
would
fuck up
say,
some shit.
I mean, yeah, if we're mostly enjoying our time and just letting ourselves be taken across the water, um, then yeah, I would say we managed to make it across the river. Um, upon arrival, there is a very large group of people waiting at the docks, ready for you all to get off of the ship. It is a very tedious attempt at docking. Um, there are other ships in the way. From what you can tell, this is a port, an inland port city. There are quite a few more docks that ships are able to connect with. Um, and most of them seem to have a ship from nearly every region. You see different little banners representing the different castes. Um, one has the red banner of the Phoenix caste. There's a brown and like icy blue on another representing the hunting castes. Um, there's a nice green that is recognizable as common. Everyone seems to be represented here. Um, Lots of those people are just truly gathered waiting for the arrival of the crow ship. Among them, as you get closer and closer, you do see several wearing the uh, Tro black leathers, um, and then a few people that appear to be more noble in nature, and then a lot of people that are just regular ass people who are excited to see you. Um, City appears to have a bunch of streamers and various accoutrements. The city is gussied up in a way that indicates that this will be a festival. This is a celebration for the beginning of this pilgrimage. Um, you can smell all kinds of like baking, different pastries, pies at some of the stalls near the front of the docks there. Um, there are just a bunch of pies set out. They are fragrant enough that you can smell it over the seawater, river water, I guess, at this point. Um, so as you fully dock, the stairs are let down so that you can all leave. Um, Quellic leaves first, goes onto the dock, and is greeted immediately by a small halfling woman. Grab her from here. Yeah, she's dressed in black leathers with gold trim. She has very fluffy, kind of brown hair that is covering her short, um, pointy ears. This is what you assume is those of you looking on Quellic's left hand that he had mentioned coming to meet. Um, she kind of greets him with a nod, takes his hand, uh, asks him to stoop down, and she seems to whisper something into his ear. He accepts whatever information she has provided to him, greets the crowd, and then gestures to all of you to go ahead and follow him as you see those in black leathers shift to the front of the crowd um, in preparation for whatever is to come next. So
Do we have
if
a
you would like
new
to
map?
join him, we can.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, hold on.
But Fairy will whisper kind of a warning to Kalani. How do you do in large crowds of people?
Kalani will just kind of softly smile. I do fine. Other people's shins, not so much.
Good. Okay.
I'm
Maybe.
gonna have to step away at this point because I gotta go get my roommate from work.
Okay. We probably won't go too terribly much longer, so say Sivri joins the group wherever we're heading off to, and we'll probably end in the next 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, I gotta leave like technically 5 minutes ago.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Go, Dawn, go!
Drive safe.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Oh, I forgot that we're on an hour fucking difference.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn even mentioned, hey, 7 o'clock, and I didn't even think. Okay. As you all get down onto the docks, may I have a marching order?
Fairy will get off first.
I will fight you for that honor.
Oh, go ahead. That's fine. Get off the boat then. I didn't know you were up here.
As soon as the boat seemed like it was landing, he was up top and ready to get off.
Okay. Go ahead. You can have it.
Thank you. I'm off the boat.
I'm gonna hide behind this travel mark.
Mm-hmm. Kalani would just be chilling until she felt it was appropriate to go. Like there was space and time.
Space and time. Okay, so Mort's first, then Fairy, just about.
Sure.
Kalani, Fredericks, probably Sivri. Not super important, but good to know how we're coming down. Um, as you follow Quellic, you have to go through the crowd. There are black leather throws kind of starting to create a path for you all. Um, just people of different species, different backgrounds. You've got all kinds of different versions of the leathers. One guy that you all walk past is just absolutely decked in different kinds of bones. Um, None of you sense a hum coming from any of his bone-like armor, but he does appear to have an odd variation of um, animal bone versus potentially, hopefully, willingly given human bones. Um, but he is just kind of decked. He's almost made himself a like his own skeleton, outer skeleton of bone armor. Um, there's as you move forward through the crowd, it starts to part like the Red Sea. They start to file in after you, so now you are basically surrounded by the other crows that are theoretically coming on this pilgrimage. You're not quite sure because it's from what you understand, it's going to be a smaller group, but they do start to file up with you. Um, and as you approach, contrary to what this map looks like, there is a kind of massive like gate that is open before you. So between the docks and the main parts of the cities, it does have high walls for um, protection from, the elements as well as attacks from the old days when the continent was at war with itself. Um, but the gates are open, and as you approach, as you get closer, you see an individual waiting, in pretty fine, fine clothes. They have two people on either side of them, and it appears that they may be some kind of important person uh, of this city, likely a mayor of some kind. Um, Quellic approaches and takes get kind of a pose, standing stark upright, head up, chin up, looking down at the mayor, um, or this, yeah, mayor. And as he stops and you've all been left, the rest of the crows go back to they they form a circle around you, the kind of a half circle, and then there's a few that are rows in front of you, so there's some space between you and Quellic. And after a moment, the mayor looks on and says, "What do you bring here?" And in response, Quellic gets into a more open position. For those of you who are familiar with, I've taken inspiration from modern or like our world Hakkas. And this position that he takes is then mimicked by the rest of the crows, and you hear just a wall of sound, and you hear them all say, "Uros doer ulu inver, uros dues, dost illes on tlu o cloth air." After a moment, the mayor replies, "Why are you here?" And they continue, "Ta dos zun nagild uros oregat, dos jal flam gravun cas dirvalba, ra fair." And as they finish up, there's some hooting and hollering, another wall of sound, screams. There's someone who is blowing into that another kind of modern or real world reference. It sounds like a death whistle. So it's just screeching. There's a couple of people in front of you all that they are wearing the old sandals with the nails that are meant for making additional scraping against the floor. um, the stone is starting to break a bit but beneath them. Um, and taking a closer look, for those of you that would care to notice, it seems like there's like a fine layer of chalk that's been put down, almost in an attempt to keep the ground kind of safe. Um, the wall of sound continues. They repeat their phrases, and after a moment, the mayor gives a very respectful bow, walks forward and takes Quellic's arm in his in a welcoming handshake. And you hear him say as loud as he can to the crowd, "We welcome you. Please enjoy our spoils and go in peace when we are through." And at that, the crowd disperses. A few of the people are just real excited. They run off towards the gate, entering the city. Um, and you are eventually left with a few hangers on. Quellic turns to nod at you all and follows the mayor as though they seem to have something to discuss, and the city is open to you. Um, this is very clearly a festival that you are expected to take part in, and if you would like, uh, barring any other conversation, we will likely start the next session with you all enjoying some festivities. There will be some games to play, among other things, but that is where Quellic will leave you. Sabine is still lingering behind, watching as the rest of the gathering enters the city.
What
She is
language
eyeballing
was
you all.
that?
What languages do you speak?
Common, Draconic, Sylvan, and Undercommon?
You recognize it.
Will you send me whatever the hell that rant just was?
I sure can.
Thank you. And which
I'm
language?
assuming it wasn't Elvish or Sylvan.
No, it was
Yeah.
Undercommon.
Figured.
Although, well, yeah, you wouldn't have had a formal education.
Me? Yeah, I would have.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Yeah.
maybe you would. So I'll send it to both of you. Honestly, it wouldn't be a direct translation though. So hold on, I might have to make some edits. All of you would have known that this is the common like money dance. Um, it roughly translates to open your city or we burn it.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get this into not what I wanted. But yeah. Unless there's any questions you have for Sabine, or if there's anything you want to do out here at the docks before heading into the city, I think there's probably, I know it was a shorter session, but now I feel like is a good marking point.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm good.
I too am good.
Sounds good to me.
Same.
Alrighty. Well, I know y'all have to say goodbye to your peoples, so I will let you do that.
I'll be back.
Goodbye.
All right, y'all. That is it for this session. Hang on. We're gonna. That is it for this session. We will be back hopefully next Saturday. I know we're gonna discuss it and see. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to get back to streaming. It just depends on how long it takes us to figure out this whole bed situation we've got going on and how much this cleanup is gonna take. But in the meantime, hang on. Okay, here we go. This is the raid message for any lurkers who may be here. Top one is for subscribers. Bottom one is for anybody and everybody else. We are actually going to go get my friend Proto because they are live for the first time in a very long time and they're playing Stardew Valley. So that's where we're going to go. Hang on. /raid. Did I spell that right is now the question. Yes. All right. Anyway, I love you, nerds. I will see you next time. Adios, sayonara.